This is my dad. He's pretty old. He likes eating hot stuff and making knives. So if you like this, please subscribe.
Or don't. I don't care either way.
Hey, don't interrupt me. Anyways, it's Spirited Reaper. Welcome back to another video, and what are we doing today?
We're gonna make this coil spring into something.
And rant, just a tiny bit.
About all the wonderful goodness that's going on in the world today. What do you want to start with? Playing about some Taco John's last week?
Yeah.
Alright. Last week we decided we were going to go get some Taco John's for lunch. We were already out and about. Might as well.
I think that was on my birthday, too.
It was. I believe it was. Also known as the invasion day when Mr. A-hole Putin decided to ride in shirtless and go invade Ukraine for no freaking reason at all other than just to be a jerk. But anyway, that's at a later point. So we went, trying to order people in there, I don't know, just maybe they're having a bad day. I don't know.
They asked for dipping sauce with my burrito, man. Like,
ordered a burrito. Oh, would you like dipping sauce? What am I going to dip a burrito in? Is there someone out there in the comments, do you dip a burrito in something? I dip it in my damn mouth.
Oh, and the expired milk.
And then we asked for milk for my tiny human. And they said, oh, well, our white milk's expired. Is chocolate milk okay? Well, yeah, I don't care, but why would you have to tell us that your white milk's expired?
You could have just said white milk's not available.
We're out of white milk. We just got chocolate. I like chocolate. Hey, come here. Come here.
It's trying to run away from you.
Well, that's hazardous right there.
Anyways.
Keep granting for a minute. I gotta get my go-go gadget. Grab this stick and
the grabby stick.
This grabby stick, along with those tongs that I'm using at the moment, because I don't use tongs very often. But the grabby stick and the tongs and this big, nice, pretty anvil all was my at least 2 greats, maybe back a little further. But it's been in the family for a gazillion years. My grandma Frida, before she passed away, she said, hey, get that thing, make sure it stays safe. And we're using it. We got some Lala Loopsy magnets, a bunch of chain, trying to keep that ding, ding, ding away. Got me a little bitty tiny anvil right here.
Ooh, that one's new, I think.
It's a little feller. But I got it from a guy's farm. So eventually I'll make a stand and I'll have me a smaller anvil so I don't have to use this huge one. Because I'm only using like that much the whole time. Just, hey, that's hot. Don't touch. No touching. No touching. Hot. That much. No big deal. But anyway, alright, back to the thing. So we don't dip burritos and stuff. That's just freaking weird. Well, what else is weird? Well, it's weird that since I'm making knives, now mind you, this was on the 20th of last month, I said, you know what, I want one of them fancy little stamps so I can get my knife nice and hot. I can say, not after you got it done and ready, but, in general, get it nice and hot, come up here somewhere, set it down, pop a little stamp on it. Figured like a B and an R put together like Bearded Reaper. Yay, look at me, that's cool, right? Well, I ordered one. It was like 30 bucks. Said it'd be here this month sometime. I don't remember. I think beginning of this month or something else.
Probably didn't show up.
Well, then 5 days later, we all know what happened. Putin come riding in with his no shirt, riding this stupid horse. And I like horses, but not Putin's horse. But anyway, Putin came riding in on his big dumb freaking horse and decided to invade the Ukraine. Well, that's kind of crappy. But what makes that more odd is, look, not steal the floor. Not steal the floor. No touching. Remember, always no touching. No touching. It's hot. I can't even use my stupid Russian accent that I do because that's stupid right now. Russia's being freaking buttholes. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, ordered my Maker's Mark. Well, I get to looking and I was like, well, I wonder what my shipping date is. So I click it to see, and lo and behold, where is my stuff coming from? Kharkiv, Ukraine. Great, that's another town over there, or city, however you want to word it, that's being bombed on. Okay, well, I checked the guy's page and it says, hey, we're going to be behind because Russia invaded and they're bombing our crap. Well, now the guy sent me an email today. I've been staying in contact with him, and or at least with the people. I don't know if it's a guy, girl, zebra, camel. I don't know. It might be a toaster. Beats me. But
Zebra candle. Or
maybe one of them
camel.
they here and they got a lot of things. We're not going to do that, people. Anyway, smoking's bad for you. Don't do it. I'm doing it, but you don't do it. It's bad for you. It's live with the forge. But anyway, the guy's still alive, and him and his family have been hiding in a basement for the last 6 days trying to, stay alive. So that's what's going on that front of it. I do have a Maker's Mark coming, but good grief, never know when that's going to get here. So I guess we'll find out when it finally shows up. Hopefully that fella, or fellerita, whatever, hopefully they can stay alive. Which brings me to my next topic. Everybody, well not everybody, but lots of people are saying that, why aren't the U.S., why ain't we going in there and doing stuff? Well, because even though what's going on is a really crappy thing, there are kind of rules that come into play when there's war or anything. There's always a rule for some reason. Well, if the Ukraine was part of NATO, which is our allies, or for the people that don't know for some reason, but if they were part of NATO, we'd already been there. Instant World War III, easy enough or bad enough, however you want to word it. But they are more of a neutral, kind of like Switzerland kind of deal. They don't like Russia. That's why they broke apart. That was when the USSR and all that stuff in Russia busted up and all that. So they've had their own little spot. Well, now this guy rides in on his horse and wants his stuff back. Well, it ain't his. Yeah, it's a big chunk, but they've already kind of annexed out of it. Excuse me. So while he's invading, yes, it sucks. We can send them weapons. We can do all that kind of stuff. Other countries can too. But until he crosses that line in the sand that says, hey, now I'm in NATO spot, we can't go. Because if we do, we start a war that's everybody, the whole world, it's biggin again. They're wanting now, and they need it. They need a no-fly zone. But we can't put our American troops in Ukrainian airspace to shoot down Russians, because by doing that, now we are involved, and we are the aggressor in their airspace, shooting at them, which again causes World War III. Apparently, Putin used a thermobaric bomb, not nuclear. They're calling it a vacuum bomb. It creates a nasty shock wave, and supposedly it's against the Geneva Convention to use it. But if you go to try to enforce that for the war crimes that he's doing, you're stepping your toes on their stuff. Now we have bigger issues. He's rapidly approaching the old F around and find out moment of his life, because eventually, as of last night, he decided it'd be a grand idea to go shell at a nuclear power plant. Well, I don't think I'd want to smoke a cigarette at a nuclear power plant. It just seems like a bad, piss-poor idea. Apparently he didn't think so. They took the plant over, fires out. So, if he takes over that plant and makes them push a button wrong, or bombs it, or tears it up, it has 6 radioactive nuclear reactors. Chernobyl only had 1. And look at the devastation and the crap that it caused for years and years and years. So, here we are again. If he pops one of these nuclear power plants, if he pops one of these nuclear power plants, then what? In my head, the radiation will spread through the air and the clouds. It will get into Poland, which is NATO allies. It will move around. Silver lining is Russia's downwind, so if he does that, he's really dumb, because he's going to blow all that stuff toward his place anyway. So I don't know. it's going to be a mess.
It's gonna be something.
It's a point in history that we're going to look back on like, holy crap. Had we had a president with a set of balls and not a president packing around a purse and a little notepad, and, oh, this is who I'm allowed to talk to. Joe, I can talk to you. What's your question? Had we had somebody that had some balls to him and could, you know, I don't know, that guy that was orange. Seems like that orange guy was really good at keeping every other country nice. That everybody played nice. For 4 years, everybody played nice. We had cheaper gas. Oh my gosh, he made a tweet that was mean. Really? Who cares? It didn't affect any one person in the world on what he tweeted. But when somebody else that is the president, I guess, is what they call him, he just looks like an old guy that can't talk right, and went on vacation the other day in the middle of this thing, and was sitting there eating ice cream in the basement, hanging out because, you know, he didn't want to do nothing. He don't know what to do. But if we just had that little orange guy back, it seems like maybe Putin would go back on his side of the street and stay over there where he's been for, I don't know, 30 years. I mean, I don't know the math. I don't know when, but he ain't been here for a long time. Inflation at an all-time high, higher than it's ever been, ever. That kind of sucks. You know, when your milk prices go up, you still got to drink the milk, you still buy your food and your groceries, it's all going up. Why? Because of all the money that he handed out. This whole last couple of years, everybody here, you get a free money. He's like Oprah, just walking around giving people stuff. Okay, but somebody's got to pay for that later on. So now we're paying for it in inflation, gas prices, and guess what? Newsflash, we're still buying oil from Russia. So thanks there, Brandon. So every time I get gas, I'm funding a war against people that didn't do anything. I'm technically giving the freaking Russians more money for more ammo to go after innocent people. I watched a video yesterday where there was just a group of civilians, just people standing on the side over here off to the side, just, you know, hanging out. Russian Humvee comes up. A couple fellas get out, grab a grenade off their vest, pull the pin, chuck a grenade at random freaking people for no reason at all. Unarmed people, just, hey, let's see what happens when we throw a grenade at them. Now, what in the world is going on in your brain that would cause you to think that would be a great idea? Just for no reason, you just want to go throw a grenade at somebody. That's a big thing to do. Now, luckily, the people scattered and the grenade went boom and all that. But that's not the point. You don't throw grenades at people for no reason. Who does that? And it's kind of, you know, that's ignorant. Most of these Russian troops, they were told they were going for an, you know, adventure. They were going for training. They didn't realize the training required them to shoot random people for no reason whatsoever. It's a crummy situation. And then Biden decided to put sanctions on them. Oh, we're going to stop them from this and stop them from that. Well, guess what? When you stop the real money and you crumble their economy, guess who shows up to pick up the pieces? Whether it be for good or evil. But cryptocurrency. You know, that fake stuff that people are saying is fake and it doesn't do anything. Well, just as you can use crypto and buy stuff and do stuff right, you can also use crypto and do stuff wrong. And Ukraine is accepting crypto donations and they're buying weaponry and stuff so they can try to defend themselves against goofy old Putin. Putin's billionaires are using crypto to pilfer their money out so they don't get it seized. The funny thing is, it's decentralized. Bitcoin can't be stopped. You can use a VPN and say I'm in South Africa. That's what it was designed for if the whole world crumbles apart. Everything is on cards anyway. You know, the money is all on cards and in banks. So this is just like having a debit card or credit card. Except except for it does fluctuate up and down and sideways and all that crap. It can be used for good, like Ukraine. They're using it, and we can donate it from here. And it instantly goes. There's no wait time. There's no, oh, wait till the bank's open. None of that. No. They get their money right then. But also the same thing goes for bad people that are doing that. The silver lining is it's all on the internet. It's all on a blockchain. There's a transaction report for every single transaction there is. It is more transparent, or can be if you look into it, than anything. It's more transparent than cash by 1,000,000 times. Because if I hand you $5, there's no proof I ever did that. But if I send you $5 via the blockchain, guess what? It shows that I had that $5 and this is the address it went to. Which is all part of the crypto world. Which right now, crypto's kind of going wonky again. But I'm still expecting about $30,000 per Bitcoin before it ever, that'll be the bottom. Between 28 and 30. When it gets that low, then everybody will have their buy-in points. I'm still waiting for a couple of good buy points. I don't own any Bitcoin, I own a bunch of other ones. But it's not all bad. The whole world can still be fine. But it just shows to show that all it takes is one idiot. One set of decisions that can, alter the rest of humanity in general. If this idiot over here decides that, well, these Ukrainians are beating me up, I don't know what I'm going to do, and he decides to throw anything nuclear out, well, then right there is what we do not want to happen. Because if he throws something nuclear, guess what? More than likely, I don't see any way around it, but there will be a World War III at that point. Because we cannot let random people, including us, we don't go around throwing nukes out, but we can't let random countries throw nukes. It's just, that's not the way it's done. When Trump was in office, he shut ISIS up. He didn't use a nuke, he used MOAB. We call it Mother of All Bombs. MOAB. I think it's Mass Ordnance Air Burst, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's meaner than a nuke. It's got just as much umph, if not more. But it don't have the, oh look, 10 years later, now I'm glowing green. It don't have that. It don't have all that kind of, stuff that nukes have. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm forging stuff and trying to not think about the fact that I've got a guy that I've, bought a product from that now I don't know if he's alive today or not because I haven't had an update. I'm relying on an email system, which is again through the blockchain, through the internet, to tell me if this guy's even alive. And he was over there minding his business, trying to run a business on Etsy. And these idiots come in and decide they're going to shell half the freaking city out. And then just now, apparently, Putin's like, yeah, guess what? I'm going to go after women and kids. I don't care. We'll go after all of them. So yes, I agree. Something's got to be done. But it needs to be done in a really, really skillful and calm style of manner. Because it is rapidly approaching it to being completely and utterly out of hand. And go ahead and get that shake down here a little bit. When it gets to that point, there is a point at some point that will be kind of like that point of no return. And when it gets to that point, that's when the big stuff happens. That's when the big bombs start falling. And yeah, Russia could get something here. But I'm confident in our missile defense that we could probably knock it out of the sky. But when Putin threatened to hack the International Space Station and drop it out of the sky, it's international, it's people from all different places on the space station up there just being in space. Probably cool, just floating around. And this butthole's like, yeah, I may just turn your system off and make it fall. What would that do? That's just like, why? I don't understand it. And then you got conspiracy people out there that for some reason think that Putin's the good guy. And then there's still people blaming Trump. But oh, Trump was friends with Putin. Trump was friends with the entire world. He wasn't mean. He wasn't causing wars. Everybody said when he got elected, oh, he's going to cause a war. He's going to cause war. Never happened. It never did. He actually got a lot of that stuff stopped. You know, yeah, we're always going to have soldiers abroad. They're going to be in every nook and cranny place forever because they signed up for it and they're sitting there. A lot of them ain't doing nothing important. A lot of it's just, you know, that's where they got assigned to. But there's a reason for that. But we are not the world police. I know everybody always wants to say we are. We are, but we're not. We're giving them weaponry. We're giving them what we can. But we cannot put boots on the ground. And I don't understand why Facebook comments and people just don't understand that. They don't understand what they're asking for. Yes, it sucks to sit there and see it. This day and age with technology, you can watch a war live. That is the creepiest freaking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's just disturbing. And also,
they didn't have that. You know, you didn't have the capabilities of social media and the stuff that you have nowadays.
yeah.
You know, Twitter shut down Trump's Twitter because he said something mean. But yet you can go on Twitter and hashtag Ukraine and see dead Russians and dead civilians, body parts, pieces of parts, all of the above. Completely uncensored, live feeds of it, videos of it. So it's okay to show dead people and people in a world that's full of turmoil. But apparently you can't say something mean that's going to offend somebody because, oh no, now you're a bad person because you offended somebody.
Yeah, and I recommend, if you can, donating money or any kind of thing to, like, a charity for Ukraine.
Ukraine has a pretty awesome thing for
I
pets.
definitely recommend.
Ukraine's got a thing for pets, the pets of Chernobyl. It's a place, it's run stateside, but they adopt out the pets that got left behind when the Chernobyl disaster happened.
And it's still kind of toxic to this day.
And then now, Chernobyl's been taken over. So, I don't understand what their end game is, other than as much, you know, drama and meanness as they can possibly muster. Is about all I can think of that they're trying to do. I don't see an end game for Putin. Once he gets the rest of the Ukraine, then what? Do you think he's just going to, oh, okay, I'm done. Got the Ukraine, I'm good now. No. He's power hungry. So what's that mean? That means what's after the Ukraine? There's more former USSR, former Soviet places. The problem is, a few of those places, they are NATO allies. $1 million question, is he going to get ballsy? And is he going to go after somebody in NATO?
Probably.
If he does, we're going to have a mess on our hands. It's going to be the worst war that anybody's ever seen or read about. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for the next generation that's going to have these huge history books about everything.
They have a whole history book about how...
Gonna have a whole history book on COVID, dude.
All the dumbness that went along with this whole mess.
Yeah.
But speaking of COVID, I ain't been hearing much about that because there's war, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird how that works.
Yeah, funny how it just kind of disappears.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the Rona wasn't real. I'm not saying that. I got a buddy of mine who died. He got sick with the Rona, but here's the caveat. When he died, he didn't test positive, so they didn't mark him down as a COVID death.
All right,
but yet there's people that's been in car wrecks that tested positive, but blatantly lost their head in the car wreck, but they
somehow it's
positive,
still,
so it's COVID death.
Yeah, somehow.
It's a nasty thing. It's man-made. I'm almost 38
I mean, we
years
already
old.
know
I've
that.
been sick a bunch of times probably in my life. Can't remember a time when I had no symptoms other than I lost my smeller and my taster. I took a drink of Carolina Reaper sauce. Homemade from Spicy Mike. It's
Could have
pure.
looked really cool on video, though. Just like, oh.
It's got 2 ingredients, Reapers and vinegar. That's it. I didn't even taste it. Couldn't even taste it at all. So I was like, oh, okay, well, somebody's being mean somewhere because this ain't normal. So So I guess what I'm trying to say is I slowly but surely turn this hunk of steel into something that might be a usable tool at some point. Just, if you got family around, you got friends, talk to them, hang out with them. You never know when something stupid like World War III is going to pop off. So be nice to each other. At least try. You know, don't throw grenades at people. That'd be a good one. So Putin, if you ever see this, which that'd be awesome if you did, because there's to you, bud. But if you ever did see it, don't throw grenades at people. That's not nice. Yeah, there's a million things. You could have threw rocks at people to get them if you wanted them to move. You don't just walk up and throw grenades at people. You don't just walk up and shoot at people while they're just, trying to get out of their car. What kind of crap is that? What the heck has happened to the rest of society that they just forgot how to be normal? Is this because we started giving out everybody trophies and trying to pamper everybody? Is that what it is? Is we got a whole freaking group of people that are freaking just so entitled they think it's okay to just do whatever? I mean, for real. What in the world? Like, why are people so dang mean? I think Putin's mean because he's Russian, and I think it's in their constitution they're supposed to be mean. I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know any Russian people that I know of. If I do and I offended you, get over it. It ain't hurting you. Just let it roll right off. Or whatever. Was there anything else you'd like to add to my, beating on stuff rant?
If we can, we might possibly put a link in the description for some charities or something like that. If you want to donate or try and help at all. Because you never know where this is going to go. So.
It's a mess. The world's gone mad. But I guess stay spicy, have fun, be nice to each other unless you're a jerk, I guess. But no touchies. It's hot. Tell them to do all the things.
Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
What's my hat say?
Where can I do a little thing?
What's my hat say? You know what it says?
US of A.
Let's go, Brandon.